a good tail wave.
Bucky's like, if you do the sits, we get to play. Do the sits, friend.
Show me your belly. Not in a weird way, you know.
See, if you don't do dialogue for your dog, I'm more concerned about you, to be honest. Nova Gray has her meet basically Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Today, we're going to go over a few things that we've been working on with Nova.
Penny is retired, and like I mentioned, she was actually our guinea pig for the Seniors Rock program. So Barney spent, from what we know, a little over 2 weeks roaming. Multiple people posted him on the neighborhood Facebook and Nextdoor app. And it looked like some pictures were taken indoors, so people brought him inside and then threw him back out. So we've noticed that whenever we let him out to potty in the backyard, he literally quickly goes potty and then he is pawing at the back door. It's almost like he doesn't want to be thrown out again. I think he's enjoying the AC. We jokingly said if he was a working dog, we kind of screwed him because he's never going to want to be outside again. He's never been on leash. We don't think. Peers are kind of crappy on leash as it is, but so he's just nervous. He's a nervous dog outside. We do know that he approached a few dogs while he was on his little adventure for two something weeks. But as you guys can tell, maybe you can't, he's shaking right now. And so we wanted to get Bucky out, who's our super calm temperament tester dog, because he's so chill. And so we wanted a dog that's going to make him feel comfortable and not be jumping on him. Come on, Buck. Bucky, this... Yeah, this is what Bucky does with new dogs. The hardest thing is getting Bucky not to lay down at first. Yeah, good boy. Yeah. Yeah, just two peer boys on a walk. Let's go. Come on.
Oh, but...
And, I mean, the fact that he's ignoring him is great.
Yeah.
But he's also nervous in this environment. We wanted to start out here. Yeah. Because it's not Bucky's territory and it's not his territory. These dogs are bred for that. So we wanted to make it a neutral environment for them. But the fact that he's not approaching him, lunging, you know, he did mark, but he also probably had to pee. So he's not showing signs right now that he is not dog friendly. As I was mentioning earlier on his journey that he was on for 2+ weeks, we did see him approach other dogs through fences, and he seemed absolutely fine. But obviously having a barrier there is very different than face-to-face interactions. What makes this intro a little different is that Barney is an unneutered male. So Bucky can smell that. Bucky is a very laid-back dog, but I don't think Bucky has ever met a dog this size that is unaltered, and that sometimes can change a dog's personality.
Yeah.
But Bucky seems pretty even keel right now.
So we're going to do Barney's phase 2 of his temperament eval. So we did phase 1 last week. So we'll show you guys what phase 2 looks like. Start to get a better idea of what kind of temperament he has, if there's any behavioral issues that we need to address. With peers and kind of what we saw from phase 1, I'm not overly worried. I think the biggest test is going to be resource guarding around other dogs.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time we had a peer that didn't resource guard from other dogs. Typically, you take in these retired working breed dogs, and they're used to being outside and having to protect their food.
Yeah, he was probably around with like little goats and sheep.
Yeah,
and
it's one
baby,
of those breed innate things, and it's funny because in phase 1 too, you guys saw it. All the peers we have, they won't take treats from your hand.
Yeah.
Good boy. So they don't resource guard from humans, but around other dogs, it can be an issue.
Yeah.
So that's something we'll kind of have to watch, and you know, we'll work through it, and it'll determine what kind of home he goes into.
Yeah.
Good boy.
Some really intense sniffing back there, buddy.
Yeah. Bucky's so
He's like, oh no, are they going to do that to me too? Yes, you're getting neutered next week, buddy. I'm sorry. At what phase do I get to bathe him? What phase is that?
Really after this one.
Because I am just itching.
I think he's going to have no problem.
Yeah. I mean, he's a dog that has probably never been bathed.
No,
other than maybe hosed down somewhere.
Yeah, I was going to say, a little pressure wash.
Come on.
Yeah.
Do you want to just like share space here?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Yeah. Good boy. You're okay. It's okay. Huh?
Hey,
Good boy.
pups.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a good tail
Bucky's
wave.
like, if you do the sits, we get to play. Do the sits, friend.
Come on, show me your belly. Not in a weird way, you know?
Just a play way.
And guys, we do this all the time because it's just Duke and I, you know, we have dialogue in between the dogs. So I don't think we should ever have like hidden cameras in the house because people would think we're certifiably insane. Like we need to be on medication.
Dude, if you don't do dialogue for your dog, I'm more concerned about you, to be honest.
We can't be friends.
We can't be friends anyway.
we don't like people.
Are you guys okay?
Yeah. Very typical pure intro.
Yeah.
You okay with the camera?
Yeah. You know, it's going to be interesting to see too, if we have them out in the yard together, how either of them are going to react to like wanting to jump on top of me.
Mhm.
Because Bucky's a mama's boy.
Yeah.
Actually, he's like he likes any attention from any human. But so does
I think
he.
it's productive, yeah.
Yeah, and like he does the paw thing and trying to jump on you. Like I wonder if that's going to be an issue between them because their personalities are so similar.
We'll see. I don't know if Bucky has that switch. We'll find out.
Yeah.
All right. Let's roll. Phase 2, step 1, resource garden. So see, peers do this. They have a weird thing about taking food from humans' hand. It's very odd. Okay. Do you want your food? Are we nervous? You're okay.
Well, and even some peers, I know Bucky does this. He doesn't like to eat when we're around or drink water.
Bucky does it almost like because he's like, I can't control myself.
Like, please just step away and let me have my meal.
Okay, good. Let's see. I might have to take the leash off. I like keeping the leash on during phase 2, but he might be more comfortable with it off. First thing I want to see is if he's going to corner his food, if he's going to shift his body language, if he's uncomfortable with me walking around him. And he seems pretty good. So you will see with some dogs, I mean, there's the obvious locking on really tight, but some dogs will corner you. So if I were to approach here, he's going to almost like shift his body to close himself off like he's protecting his food. His body language is still really relaxed right here, which is good. No eye contact. Hey.
You're a good boy.
Good boy. Hello. Yeah, you're going to be fine, huh? Yes. So he's still loose. He's not getting really stiff.
Yeah, he's not cowering down on his food.
Pyrenees, if anything, they just stop is typically what we see because they're like, dude, you're being really annoying.
Like, I'm trying to enjoy my dinner right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, not cornering his food. He's not putting a paw over it, which you'll see sometimes with dogs. Tail's going, fur's loose. He's okay with me handling him.
Yeah.
So typically I have the leash on. And again, I don't recommend people do this. We're trying to figure out as much as we can about our dogs. Insert disclaimer. But yeah, so next thing I'm going to do, we need a water break.
Is you done?
Come here. Yeah. Good boy. Yeah, 0 issues.
Yep. Look, I mean, granted, a tail wag doesn't always mean a happy dog.
No, it could be anxious, but his body language is all, again, you're taking in everything to account, the whole picture.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, we're a good boy. See, they don't like taking it from your hand.
Yeah. Now, again, this is like a extreme case on the happy good side, right? We've seen cases in between where a dog starts cowering immediately or starts rotating as you're walking around to cover their food.
I've had dogs snap at me.
Yeah, we've had dogs low growl to give us a warning like, hey, I'm eating, can you please back up? So there's levels to this. He's on the extreme side of I'm a super good boy.
Which with peers is typically the deal until you get another dog out.
Yeah.
But that's further down the line.
Yeah.
Good boy.
Aw, good boy.
Okay, so phase 2, we introduce food. We already know he's not toy motivated.
He's like, I don't care. I wouldn't take it there.
So the only other thing I'm going to do today is basically run through the same stuff we did during phase 1. I'm just going to try and work him up a little bit more.
Okay.
Not pushing him too far, but it's going to be a little bit more playing with him at random and trying to get him a little worked up to see, you know, if he is a dog that's going, well, we know he's going to hump, but how he's going to react to somebody trying to get him riled up.
I will say this. He has been better about the humping situation because I'm no longer on my menstrual cycle. Sorry, TMI. But when we first rescued him, I was, and it was like an obsessive thing. I couldn't be out here with him. And now he seems fine. So maybe the excitement of me is over. He's not in love with me anymore. But
Good
you know,
boy.
little things like that play into how he reacts.
Good boy.
Because he's an unneutered male.
Goodness, good boy. Oi, get ya. Oi, get ya. Oi, get ya, get ya, get ya, get ya, get ya. Oi, get ya. Oi, get ya, get ya, get ya, get ya, get ya. Yes. Oi, get ya. So he sits down. He doesn't love his tail being grabbed.
Yeah.
But again, Piers are pretty well tempered. Yes. So we don't love it, but we're still very loose. He's playful. He's doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I swear, like nothing but anecdotal data, I guess, to back this. But it does seem like with humans, it's not aggression. It's just kind of like, oh, well, I can't drink or eat when they're touching me because I'm going to snap. Huh. Go, boy, go. Oh my goodness, go. Yeah. Do you want to play? Come on. Come on. He's like, nah, I'm thirsty. All right, give him one more little go, and that'll be it. Come here. Ah, big head. Ah, big head. Yes, go. Nothing. Okay, there we go. Del paw. Yeah. Is that just the pure paw? Yeah. They're just pure paw. Come in. Oh, come in. Yeah. I know.
Thought for a second we were gonna get a Zoom.
Hi, bubs.
No. So I mean,
He's ready to go back inside.
yeah, he likes his AC. So I mean, with the temperament eval again, 3 phases to it. Peers typically ace this stuff. The only thing we've seen, again, innate with most peers is when you bring other dogs out, they can be possessive of stuff. Shepherds, I think, are typically a little trickier. But, you know, it just depends on the dog and what they're coming from, especially with stray dogs. We say this all the time. Stray dogs are some of the best behaved, like lowest maintenance temperament dogs we take in because they're exposed to so much while being
they're
out.
So socialized.
It sucks, obviously, that they've been out, but they're so socialized and desensitized to everything. They typically fly right through this stuff. So good news for Barney, boring stuff for you guys. But phase 3
I think
will run
secretly
through.
everyone wanted this to be a little bit harder. Like
They wanted to see me
Will
get bit.
get bit today.
Yeah, if you guys are on Patreon, we did go through the process with Nacho, who was
It's on your beard. You have a bunch of
a resource guarder at phase 3, and I did get snapped at. So yeah, if you guys are really interested, I guess, in how we go through it with dogs that are resource guarders, you can check out our Patreon page. It's saved on there. But until then, it'll just you know, keep going through it, new dogs, and eventually I'm sure we'll run through it on YouTube.
Yeah.
So we can provide some education outside of just you know, awesome dogs.
We'll rescue a spicy Chi-Chi next.
No, that's not fun.
Spicy Chi-Chis.
Chi-Chis, you don't work through it. You just survive.
Always have an attitude problem.
But next up for today, we have Nova Gray. Nova Gray has her meet basically Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Because she does have a little bit of stranger danger. So this family is flying in, potentially driving back if it goes well. They're bringing their 2 resident dogs, their kids, husband and wife both coming, obviously. So we're going to document that process for you guys and how we acclimate Nova to them. And today we're going to go over a few things that we've been working on with Nova: recall, stay, place work. And those have been the big ones for her, just because with this family, we had like a 4-month heads up. You know, for when they could get out here, because it's obviously a big trip. They're coming down from South Carolina. Both are very busy. Wife was competing. Dusty travels a lot for work. So they had a lot going on. So it was like a 4-month heads up. When we hopped on the phone and ran through kind of their day-to-day and the temperament of the other 2 dogs, it became very apparent, A, good fit, but also that recall is going to be huge for her success. And good control of long holds or place command. So those have been things we've been hammering in. She went to training with Caitlin also. So basically this whole week, we're just really hammering that in. So we're going to get him back to his AC and go grab Nova Gray and show you guys what she's working on. Nova, come. Nova, please. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Nova, come. Come. Good girl. Come on, Novi. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. Sit. Sit. Good kid. Nova, come. Good girl. Come in. Yes, good girl. Come. Little correction. Sit. Nova, sit. Good girl. And the reason you leave the leash on to start is just so you could make little corrections in case she's a little bit off. And then once she's warmed up, we could take it off. Good girl. Come. Nova, place. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. Nova, come. Good girl. Yeah, mama. Much better. Come on. Nova, sit. Sit. Good girl. Sit. Nova, come. Nova, sit. 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 Yes. And that's it. Now we get to play. You did good. Go, break. Place, holding that sit, and recall is so important is because she does have stranger danger. So you guys saw like when Dustin walked out, she was holding that place. Not that this family has a ton of people coming over. That was something we went over. They have a fairly quiet household. But with 2 young daughters, obviously as they grow up, potentially, you know, a boyfriend, husband comes over, kids down the line maybe. We want to make sure that, you know, worst case, if Nova's in a position where she's meeting someone new and she's a little nervous, she can get into that place command and they can control the situation. It makes dogs feel a lot more comfortable when they have faith in their owners to keep them safe. When you have a dog with stranger danger and you're introducing a new person or someone new is walking into the home, not to say it can't work, but you're going to have a more difficult time getting them comfortable with that new person if you don't have a good training relationship with your dog. If, you know, they are able to translate this training into their life, which I'm sure they will be, and Nova feels confident in them as handlers, she's going to feel more confident meeting new people. So that's why we're so big with training with a lot of our dogs. And also as a rescue, I think there's kind of a stereotype about rescues not putting in training with their dogs. And especially with our behavioral dogs, that's something we take very, very serious. So it obviously reflects on us, but it's all about setting the dogs up for success. So recall, place command for Nova and other dogs that you guys might have that have stranger danger, really, really important. So outside of that, with all of our dogs that are going out of state, which is not many, we do another full workup before they start their trial run. And we've done that just because we can't be there physically in South Carolina, obviously. We want to make sure that we've crossed our T's and dotted our I's, I guess.
We're handing over a healthy dog,
Yeah.
and there's nothing pending.
Yeah, I mean, all the dogs are fully vetted prior to even being made available for adoption. But with out of state, if something comes up, we can't pop over and take the dog to our vet. We set up an account at their vet in South Carolina, but it's still not the same. So we went and got Nova's workup done. She is 100% healthy.
Yep.
Ready to rock and roll. We got her health cert just in case, but they're driving back, so she's fine.
Yeah.
Outside of that, it's just continuing to hammer in the training like we showed you guys.
Yeah.
And
I
then
think the next
probably a
3
few field
days-
trips.
Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
take her basically everywhere with us the next few days just to kind of desensitize her from meeting this new family and being in the car a lot because she's going to be on a long car ride. You know, if all goes well, God willing, and just kind of get her in the rhythm of getting in and out of the car because she'll have to, you know, go on potty breaks when she's on the road. But this meet is looking very promising for her, so we're really excited. We're trying not to get our hopes up too much because
It's gonna be fine.
okay, so maybe I'm the Debbie Downer in this. I don't want to get super excited because she really deserves this. Yeah.
I do.
Well, someone's really excited. Oh, there goes the Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay, bye. All right, so we are, I think it's like 6:30 or so. Our neighbor Penny just ordered some more hay. She went to go pick it up, but she needs us to unload it for her. And it gives us time to go check in on her, say hi to the horses, and most of all, say hi to Miss Susie, who is part of the Seniors Rock program. Penny was basically our guinea pig for this program. So we're gonna pop over, help her out with hay, see Susie, and check out the horses. Come on.
Look at you! Oh God! You're gonna bring all that in the house.
Susie, we rescued from the Dallas Animal Shelter. She was a senior long-haired dachshund that had a huge mammary tumor, and Susie has actually been the only overbred mama with a mammary tumor that has had surgery and made it through. Her cancer hadn't spread. We caught it early enough to remove the tumor, and she's obviously living a happy life with Penny. We call her the barn dog. She does chores, barn chores with Penny all day. Penny is retired. And like I mentioned, she was actually our guinea pig for the Seniors Rock program. So we take care of all medical, food costs, grooming costs. We are Penny's support system for anything that she needs regarding Susie. It's nice that she's obviously right next door, so that's why we made her our guinea pig, but it's such a great match. Penny was not really looking for a dog when we introduced her to Susie. She had just lost her little pen a few months prior, and I don't think she was emotionally ready, and we weren't pushing the subject at all. She actually sent us another dog from the shelter that she thought we would be interested in saving, and she goes, I could foster. And unfortunately, that kiddo didn't make it. He was a super senior. He had an upper respiratory infection and had a bladder stone obstruction, but neither here nor there. I invited Penny to come to the vet with us to see the pup that we had just rescued, and Susie was in the car with us for a vet appointment as well. And she rode with Susie the whole ride to the vet, and by the end of it, Penny was like, so what's the deal on Susie? Whether that was planted beforehand. But no, they fell in love and the rest is history. So we have Susie right next door, which is super, super nice. And Penny has us as a support system if she ever needs anything. But Duke did the hard labor of unloading hay and I just got to go pet the horses. So, but yeah, that's a wrap on this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and ring the bell. Bye.